welcome to this little replacement video I'm doing. And this is going to be a continuation of a series that I've started before about seasonal reviews of the EPAC instead of doing 2009 squad. Assuming I decide to post these in the order I record them in, because I'm recording this ahead of time. This is more like a replacement video in case there's a day where there's no tropical cyclones. But point is, I'm going to be discussing the 2008 season in review. 2008 season in review. So 2008 was a La Nina year. It was a weak La Nina year. And it was coming off like almost a low point of the Eastern Pacific in terms of interest, because it was coming off a strain of below normal seasons for the most part over the previous decade, with the glaring exception of the year 2006. I mean, it started off on an interesting note though with Tropical Storm Alma off the coast of Central America, which gradually intensified before moving ashore in Costa Rica, becoming the first known tropical storm to do so. It was actually a pretty interesting storm to track. Then comes in late June. Then the East Pacific goes inactive for a while, and then actually comes alive in a pretty interesting fashion, thanks to both MGO and the Kelvin wave. And the Kelvin wave. And what was a generally odd MGO pattern? The tropics become alive. And in late June, you had a pretty interesting storm, Hurricane Boris, which defied a lot of forecasters post the weekend, but wound up becoming a minimal hurricane on two separate occasions before gradually weakening and heading out to sea. It's kind of like one of those gem EPAC hurricanes. I mean, Tropical Storm Christina was formed in Boris' shadow. Tropical Storm Douglas was short-lived and weakened off the coast of Mexico. Hurricane Elita was actually pretty interesting. It was actually a fairly long-lived hurricane, and it's one of the few Eastern Pacific hurricanes that affect both Mexico and Hawaii, and peaked as a mid-level Category 2 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. And beyond that, you have wait a minute, hold on. What was I going to say? Totally lost my train of thought, excuse me. So beyond that, you had Hurricane Boris. After Hurricane Boris, you had Hurricane Elita, and then you had Hurricane Fausto. Both were pretty long-lived. Both defied a few forecasts, and Fausto, I believe, both peaked as Category 2 hurricanes. Then Hurricane Genevieve, even though that Genevieve was weaker and only a Category 1. I mean, then, however, the season began to shut down after a very impressive start by even though Hurricane Hernan was the season's first major hurricane in early August. And once again, unexpectedly defied some forecasts and peaked at 1.5 knots. And for a while, 2008 seemed slated to become one of those very rare, the first really true above-average season in the East Pacific in quite a long time. It seemed well on its way. It was getting storms and storms and storms at an impressive rate, even though despite the La Nina, the MGO base state was a really stroke of luck with the Kelvin wave and the MGO base state coming in together right in time, and with wind shear being not so oppressing. Wind should be not so oppressing. So activity in 2008. Activity 2008 seemed to be on a roll until in early to mid-August the tropical storm Lizelle, but then the Atlantic started to take over and started dominating the waves and wind shear increased. And as a result, And even though the system did, even though the basin did span Tropical Storm Julia, which hit Baja California Sur in late August, the season really mellowed out. I mean, we had Tropical Storm Karina, which formed around the time Gustav was making landfall in the Atlantic, and then we had Tropical Storm Lowell, which hit Baja as a weakening depression, though not much of a system that hurt. Then around early October, we had Hurricane Marie, which was a weak Category 1, nothing too special. And then the season came to light again with Hurricanes Norbert and Tropical Odile. And Odile wasn't nearly as impressive as its 2014 counterpart. And it remained fairly weak, though the system did threaten southern Mexico. Then you had Hurricane Norbert. And you had Hurricane Norbert in 2008, which hit the Baja California Sur as and it was actually a pretty interesting storm that intensified rapidly to a Category 4 reconnaissance aircraft found it much weaker, and as a result, the agency quickly lowered the intensity. And even though the satellite estimates after completing the IRO replacement cycle, satellite intensity estimates quickly rebounded, and they supported around Category 3 strength around 12 hours before landfall, before weakening back to a Category 2. Several hours later, and then eventually doing a lot of damage to both Baja California Sur and Sinaloa before the remnants moved into the central United States. And we had Tropical Storm Polo, which was a rare early November tropical storm. Anyhow, that'll wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye!